First off, I'm going to need y'all to do something. Get them lighters ready, player. And right now, we about to take a trip over to Kentucky. And while we over there, we're going to get some of that good shine as well. You feel me? But FMC Lexington, is a United States federal prison in Kentucky for male and female inmates requiring medical or mental health care. It's designated as an administrative facility, which means that it holds inmates of all security classifications. It is operated by the Feds, a division of the U.S. Department of Justice. The facility also has an adjacent minimum security satellite camp for female inmates. FMC Lexington is 7 miles north of Lexington and 20 miles southeast of Frankfort, the capital, player. So, let me tell you a little something about this FMC federal prison, player. The site opened on May 15th, 1935 on 1,000 acres under the name of the United States Narcotic Farm. Then it changed its name shortly after to U.S. Public Health Service Hospital. In 1967, it changed its name again to National Institute of Mental Health Clinical Research Center. Its original purpose was to treat people who voluntarily were admitted with drug abuse issues and treat them with mostly experimental treatments. It was the first of its kind in the United States. Throughout the life of the institution, the prison hospital, approximately two-thirds of those sent to the U.S. Public Health Service Hospital were considered volunteers, while many traveled to the institution on their own to volunteer for treatment. Other so-called volunteers were in fact motivated to go in lieu of federal sentencing. The remaining one-third of the prison's population, which reached 1,500 inmates at its peak, were there due to federal charges either directly or indirectly related to drug use. And in 1974, the institution became a federal prison, but maintained a psychiatric hospital title until 1998. The year, 2 inmates killed another with a fire extinguisher. Most psychiatric patients were subsequently moved to other federal medical centers all throughout, although the change in mission was due to the psychiatric function being transferred to the new FMC Devens in Massachusetts. So as y'all may know, there is a very, she ain't a popular person like that because I ain't never heard about her until recently, but definitely making headlines. And this is where, where she's going to be sitting at for a while. And who I'm talking about is, Julie Christie. She's only serving a 7-year sentence for, basically for like fraud, tax evasion, stuff that rich people do. The white collar crimes, But yeah, so she sentenced to 7 years and she is expected to be released in 2030. Next, we have Jerry Harris. He's an American former cheerleader and convicted child sex offender who received national recognition after appearing in the 2020 Netflix docuseries Cheer. In September and December 2020, he was charged by the feds with production of child porn and other child-related sex crimes, sexual exploitation of children, receiving child pornography, traveling with the attempt to engage in sexual conduct with a minor, and enticing other charges. Look, I need everyone to get their lighters ready because they did not cook this person. How do you do heinous crimes like that, right? You heard all those crazy words I just said, right? Y'all heard all that. Like all the craziest, the scummiest things you could do. You can't come back from that. Like you're tarnished forever. You know how much time he got? He is being released in January 2031. That is crazy. Dude was man. See, this is YouTube. I gotta hold back. I'm thinking about making a Patreon just so I could just say all the crazy stuff that I want to say and not have to worry about it. But yeah, y'all know where I'm going with this. Jerry Scummy Harris. Y'all get y'all's lighters ready. It's time to torch his motherfucking ass. All right, so next we have Narciso Batiste. And that's the leader of the Universal Divine Saviors religious cult, convicted of terrorism conspiracy in 2009 for masterminding a foil plot to bomb the Sears Towers in Chicago. 4 conspirators were also convicted. And Narrow Batiste served a 13-year sentence and was released in 2018. Oh, man. Why? Hold on. Never mind. Anyways, Larry Langford, former mayor of Birmingham, Alabama, sentenced for conspiracy to commit bribery and wire fraud. And he served a 15-year sentence. He was released in 2018 and died in 2019. How is the dude with the child crimes doing less time than these two dudes right here? Like, that's so crazy. Like, that is so baffling. Next, Susan Rosenberg, political activist and former member of the May 19th Communist Organization, a terrorist group which carried out bombings of government facilities and bank robberies in the 1980s, convicted of possessing explosives in 1984. She was released in 2001 after her sentence was commuted by President Bill Clinton and served 16 years of a 58-year sentence. Now, that's kind of crazy that a president would release a person that, that was going to bomb government facilities. That right there is, I don't know, that's interesting to say the least. Next, we have Silvia Baraldini, political activist from Italy, convicted of racketeering in 1982 for taking part in 2 armored truck robberies. I wonder how much money they got. As well as for aiding convicted murderer Assata Shakur escape from prison. Whoa, damn. Sylvia got transferred to Italian prison in 1999 while serving a 40-year sentence. Sheesh. Next we have Wayne Kramer, guitarist and co-founder of the Detroit rock band MC5, convicted of selling cocaine to undercover police. Oh, he was only held for a couple years. He was released in the 70s. He's out. He's free. He's probably chilling somewhere. He's probably chilling somewhere. You know what I mean? Nose boarding some rails. Nose sliding some rails somewhere. You know what I mean? Next we have, who's next? Red Rodney, bop and hard bop trumpeter, convicted of fraud and theft for impersonating an army officer in order to steal $10,000 from the Atomic Energy Commission of San Francisco. And he was held at FMC Lexington in the 1970s, served 27 months. Dang. Next, we have Leona Helmsley. Helmsley was sentenced to serve 4 years for income tax fraud in 1992, released after serving 18 months of a 4-year sentence. Next, we have Daniel Cowart. C-O-W-A-R-T. He's a white supremacist, pled guilty in 2010 to plotting the assassination of then presidential nominee Barack Obama in 2008. His name is Daniel Cowart. That's how it's pronounced, and that's how we're going to leave it at. Daniel Cowart. How are you going to threaten to assassinate a president? Any president? Come on, man. That's not cool. At all. Not at all. And he's serving a 14-year sentence, but was released on September 25th, 2020. See, even the child porn guy, got less time than this dude. Like, yo, what? Bro, any child crimes should, come, at a minimum of, 25 years in the hole with no heating or air conditioning. And last, we have Matulu Shakur, convicted in connection with a 1981 bank robbery and shootout during which Brinks guard Peter Page, as well as Sergeant Edward and police officer Waverly of the Nyack Police Department in New York State, were killed. Shakur is a stepfather of late rapper Tupac Shakur. And he actually was released recently. I seen pictures of him. He served 36 years of a 60-year sentence. And now he's home. But, man, y'all know what to do if you made it this far. You feel me? Go crazy in the comments. Let me know where y'all watching from. Give me more recommendations. You know what I'm saying? It's the comments that's keeping me going. Because I've just been so busy. Then, I read the comments and I check, I respond back and stuff. And just some of them are just so, inspirational and motivational. Just people just, genuinely, giving me love in the comments. It's bruh, this is so awesome. You know, like it's kind of cool because I do a whole bunch of other stuff on YouTube as well. Like I make music. I do like a lot of interviews and podcasts. I was actually featured on a couple big platforms of like 900 plus subscribers doing interviews for people. A couple of my interviews went viral. At some point I will reveal my face, but yeah, and my identity. But until then, you know, I like staying in the shadows. You know what I mean? I feel like I'm fucking Batman or something. Yep. Well, all right, y'all. Subscribe. And G. Willikers, Batman.